Hey guys, so I just got home from work. I ran quickly to Just a Buck and I literally only bought 5 things, but I wanted to show you what I got because, I don't know, it's interesting. One other thing too, I'll show you after. So, I actually saw these online. The Just a Buck near me will post things that they have in the store that are like really good, and they're like, oh, if you see something you like, you have to come down right away because it sells out so fast. But I got this for a Christmas present for, I'm not sure exactly who yet, but I'm like, I think somebody will like it. It's a digital pedometer and activity tracker. So, it's basically like these watches. And it tells you how many steps you're doing. Calorie counter, step counter, 30-day memory. I don't know how much these originally cost, but I'm sure it was way more than $1. So I just thought that was cool. Way cheaper than the, I know people get a lot of the watches that sync up with their phones. What do you call them? I can't think of the name of them. I used to have one too, and then the battery was always dying, and I just didn't like it, but check your steps, distance, and calories. I don't know. I thought that was cool. I got a coffee mug, because I like these because they were so big. But it's also really pretty. It says faith, hope, and love. I love the gold on it. And I like that it's big. My normal coffee cups are like this, and it's like I want more. So it's nice to have a bigger one. I got a big laundry bag because I got, in my last haul I showed you, I got that hamper from Five Below that I love. But I'll put the clothes in the washer, and then I'll leave the hamper downstairs to bring the clothes back up. But then if there's clothes in the meantime to put in the hamper's downstairs. So I want to bring the hamper back up and then just use this bag to bring up just the clean clothes afterwards. And it's just this big bag with a drawstring. And this is brown with like a little liney kind of pattern. I figured that would fit all the clothes, and I can just dump them on the couch and fold them all. I got this. They had a bunch of wooden signs, and I have a bunch of wooden signs. I have all these other ones I've gotten from Just a Buck, like a while ago. This one says, "Told you so, Mom." And this one says, "Pray more, worry less." Like, I love these block signs, but I'm running out of room to put them. They had a bunch, but this was just the one I got. It's white, it looks nice and clean, and it says, "Just breathe," which I need to remember when I get all anxious and worked up about stuff, and I just really liked it. I don't know if I'll put this in my bedroom or the bathroom, but we'll figure it out. And then the last thing I got was a planner for 2020. I have basically the same book for 2019, but the front page is different. But I love it because it's made from like recycled paper, so it's like brown and just, I don't know, reminds me of like artsy kind of stuff. But I like that you can see the whole month at once. They had littler planners that I'm like, oh, that would be good to fit in my bag. But it's just a week at a time, and I really like seeing the entire month at a time. So I can be like, okay, if I look at this week, then I won't look at next week till next week, and I'll possibly forget something. So I just like seeing the whole month at once, knowing what's coming up when. And then I also like that it has this little note section, so whenever I have stuff to do, I jot it down there and cross it off as I go. So let's see when my birthday is next year. June 21st. That's on a Sunday next year. So then, on my way home, I met up with a friend. It was actually my friend's dad who was selling a tent on, you know how when you go on Facebook, they have like the selling groups and stuff like that. I was looking for a tent, and she knew that I was. So she was like, oh, my parents are selling this tent. And you're not going to really be able to see it that well because there's not like a picture on it. But it is a dome tent, a 4-person tent. I'm dying to take the kids camping. And we didn't have a tent. We had one from a while ago, but we hadn't used it in so long. And then when we set it up like a couple years ago, there was a big rip in the side. And so I wanted a tent to go camping, brand new. I looked online. They were so expensive. So I got this 4-person dome tent for $25. It's used, but it's good. Actually, a lot of my stuff from my house, I'm buying used either from the thrift store or friends or dollar store. But I hate spending money on stuff that depreciates so fast. Like, why buy it new when you could buy it used for like